What if I told you that no contact is just the beginning? But there's one more move that will truly drive her wild. You've probably heard it all before: cutting off communication, letting time pass and hoping she'll miss you. But here's the thing, no contact alone won't make her regret leaving you. What if I told you there's a powerful trick that won't just make her miss you, it'll make her obsess over you, not because you're playing games, but because you've done something she'll never be able to ignore. This isn't about waiting for her to come back. This is about transforming yourself into someone she can't resist, someone she'll wish never to let go. The real power isn't in absence, it's in transformation. If you're ready to stop just waiting and start making her crazy with desire, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I control my destiny, not my past. Let's dive in. Number 1. Why silence alone won't save you. You've probably heard it before: go no contact. Disappear and she'll come running back. It's the most recycled advice in every post-breakup survival guide. But here's what most men don't realize. No contact is not magic. Going silent is not enough. If the intention behind it is still soaked in desperation, if you're sitting in your room, refreshing your phone, counting the days, hoping your silence triggers her regret, you haven't lost contact. You've just paused your neediness, and she can still feel it. Women are intuitive. They don't just hear words, they feel energy. When your silence is a strategy instead of a reflection of genuine detachment, she doesn't feel your absence. She feels your tension. And that tension tells her everything she needs to know. You're still waiting, you're still hoping, you're still hers, which means she's still in control. True, no contact only works when it's not about her. You reclaim your power when you stop reacting, not as a tactic but as a natural result of emotional freedom. That's when she begins to wonder, because now your absence is no longer part of a game, it's a genuine void she didn't expect. This is where Stoic philosophy cuts through the noise. Marcus Aurelius didn't say, act like you don't care, he said, control your perception. You must stop trying to use silence to change her and start using it to change yourself. That means detaching from outcomes, eliminating emotional dependency, and redirecting your attention toward the only thing that truly matters: your own growth. Go to the gym. Start building that business you've been putting off. Fix your sleep. Read, lift, learn, move. Your life should not pause because she left. It should accelerate, because the man who becomes better without her is the man who doesn't need her back. And when you reach that place, you no longer hope she regrets it. You no longer care. So no, silence alone won't save you, but silence born from true detachment, that's a weapon she never saw coming, and it doesn't make her come back. It makes her question everything. Now, speak out and comment below. My silence isn't strategy, it's strength. Number 2. Real power begins where attachment ends. She expected you to chase. That was the plan. Walk away, say she needs space, and wait for you to come crawling back. Maybe not right away, but eventually. It's what most men do. They confuse detachment with performance. They act calm and disappear for a while, but deep down they're still waiting, watching, hoping. But women are sharp. They know when you're faking it. They feel it when your silence is just a mask for obsession. That's why she doesn't reach out, because she knows you're still holding on. True detachment isn't coldness or bitterness. It's not pretending you don't care. It's realizing you don't need to. It's the quiet clarity of knowing that your peace no longer depends on her presence. This isn't a tactic, it's transformation. And it's exactly what the Stoics meant when they spoke of freedom through indifference to externals. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." That includes her. You may still be clinging to the hope that she'll text, that she'll miss you, that she'll scroll through old photos and feel the sting of regret. But as long as that hope exists, she still has power over you. Hope is a prison disguised as patience, and the moment you surrender it, when you no longer check your phone, look for signs, no longer care whether she notices your absence, is the moment you get your power back. Here's the paradox. The moment you stop wanting her to feel your absence is when she finally does. But by then, you won't need her to feel it. You'll be too busy building a life where her opinion no longer matters. And when she finally reaches out, hoping to find a trace of the man who used to need her, she'll be met with silence. Not because you're punishing her, but because you're simply gone. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually. You've moved on, not with spite, but with purpose. Real detachment is the highest form of strength. It cannot be shaken, guilt-tripped, or manipulated. It cannot be lured back or baited into reaction. It stands tall and unmoved because it no longer needs to chase, prove, or win. That is what makes you powerful, not because she regrets losing you, but because you've stopped needing her too. Now, speak out and comment below. I let go so I could rise. Number 3, when words fail, let silence speak. She's waiting for you to speak, to explain, reach out and say something that confirms she still holds a place in your heart. She's counting on the fact that you'll break the silence eventually, that your emotions will overpower your pride. And for most men, she's right. They last a few days, maybe a week, before the silence becomes unbearable, and they send that message, not out of power, but out of fear. Fear of being forgotten, fear of truly letting go. But you don't realize that every time you speak too soon, you destroy your leverage. Without saying it directly, you tell her, you still control me. Your words become a confirmation of your weakness. It doesn't matter how clever your message is or how casual you try to appear, if you intend to re-engage her, she'll feel it. And it won't pull her closer, it will push her further away. Silence, when it's real, becomes terrifying to her, because it's not just a lack of contact, it's a lack of certainty. And nothing unsettles the human mind like uncertainty. She doesn't know what you're thinking. She doesn't know how you're feeling. She doesn't know if you've moved on. And that void, that quiet space where your attention used to live, it becomes a mirror reflecting her doubt. The Stoics understood the strength of restraint. They taught that self-control is the foundation of personal power. Saying nothing doesn't mean you're weak, you're in control. You're no longer acting on impulse. You're no longer reacting to someone who expects to own your emotions. In that silence, you reclaim your narrative. Slowly, it began to shape her perception. Why hasn't he said anything? Is he over me? Did I matter less than I thought? Her obsession begins here, not when you try to prove something, but when you do nothing, not as a trick, but because you've found peace in the void. You no longer need her response. You no longer need to be heard. Your silence is not a performance, it is a declaration. I am no longer yours to reach. Let your absence become the loudest thing she hears. Let it echo louder than any message you could have sent. And when she feels that silence, she won't forget it. Now speak out and comment below. My silence speaks louder than her memory. Number 4. Be the unexpected and she'll never forget you. She had you figured out. Or at least she thought she did. She expected the begging, the apology, the I miss you message after a few days of silence. And honestly, it's what most men do. Because they're predictable. They follow a pattern, emotional outbursts, regret, and re-engagement. She doesn't even have to guess. She's seen it before, and when she can predict your next move, you lose all power. Predictability is the death of attraction. When she knows exactly how you'll react, you become boring, ordinary, and forgettable. But when you break the pattern, stop reacting entirely and evolve into something unfamiliar, she's forced to pay attention. Not because you're playing a role, but because you become someone new. Not better for her, but better for yourself. Unpredictability doesn't mean doing random things to confuse her. It means choosing a path so focused on growth that you're no longer a character in her script. She expected to see the same man she left behind, but now your energy has changed. You're not angry, you're not emotional, you're not trying to be seen. You've become a mystery, not through manipulation, but through transformation. This shift isn't surface level, it's internal. It's waking up daily and making choices that serve your future, not your past. It's refusing to explain yourself. It's being unavailable, not to make her miss you, but because you're too busy building something bigger than her memory. That's the version of you she didn't anticipate, and that's the version that makes her question everything. The Stoics understood this well. A man's power is rooted in how little others move him. You become compelling when you are no longer easy to read and emotionally predictable. Not because she's in love again, but because she doesn't understand you anymore, and people are drawn to what they can't explain. The irony is that when she tries to figure you out, you've already outgrown the need to be understood. You don't need her curiosity. You don't need her validation. You've already become the man you were meant to be. And that man doesn't look back. Now speak out and comment below. I break the pattern. She never saw this version coming. Number 5. Emotional stillness is your greatest weapon. She won't say it directly, but she tests you, not with obvious games, but in subtle moments, by pulling away, going silent, acting cold. She wants to see how you'll react. Will you get angry? Will you chase? Will you fold emotionally? Most men do, and the moment they do, they give her everything: control, validation, and confirmation that they're not the man she truly respects. What separates the average from the unforgettable isn't looks, money, or charm. It's emotional control. The ability to feel everything and still choose nothing. To receive a cold message and not flinch. To see her watching your stories and not reaching out. That's what Stoics called ataraxia, a serene calm that no external event can disturb. You may feel that fire inside, frustration, longing, confusion. You may want to act, to respond, to break the tension, but every emotional outburst is a surrender. Whenever you respond impulsively, you tell her you still have power over me. But when you remain calm, truly calm, you reverse the dynamic. She expected emotion, she got stillness, and that throws her off completely. This isn't about suppressing emotion, it's about mastering it. Let your feelings come, just don't let them move you. The Stoics never taught emotional repression. They taught resilience, choosing your response regardless of inner storms. And when you do this, she sees something she's not used to, a man she cannot manipulate, whose peace she cannot shake. And that's the moment she begins to feel powerless, not because you tried to make her feel that way, but because your stillness exposed her chaos. She realizes you won't fight for her attention, won't react to her absence, won't beg to be chosen again. You are not cold, you are composed, and that composure is magnetic. Because while others crumble at the first sign of rejection, you remain unmoved, not for her approval, but because you are no longer a slave to emotion. You've become the man who makes her pause, doubt, and question what she thought she knew about you. Now, speak out and comment below. Calm is my advantage. She can't shake me. Number 6. Build a life that leaves no room for her. After the breakup, most men try to win her back by making it look like they're doing well, posting highlights, pretending to move on, hoping she notices. But that's not growth, that's performance, and she can tell the difference. If everything you do is still about getting her attention, then she still owns space in your mind. And if she owns space in your mind, you haven't moved on at all. The Stoics didn't teach us to impress others, they taught us to master ourselves. That means shifting your focus away from her and towards something more important, your future. Not to prove something, not to get revenge, but because your life is bigger than her memory. It always was. You just forgot. Right now, your greatest power move isn't silence, it's building. Construct a life so strong, clear, and deeply fulfilling that even if she did come back, she'd be irrelevant to it. Build a routine that challenges you. Build habits that break the patterns of who you used to be. Build your body, your mind, your career. not because she might see it, but because you finally do. When she sees the man you've become, not through what you post, but through what she hears, what others say, or what she accidentally finds out, she won't just feel regret. She'll feel replaced, not by another woman, but by your ambition. And that stings more than any silence ever could. The life you're building is not a message to her, it's a message to yourself. I don't wait. I don't chase. I grow. She will notice. They always do. But by then it won't matter, because you won't care if she does. You'll be too far ahead, too busy, too fulfilled to ever look back. And that's when you become dangerous, not because you've won her back, but because you've won yourself. Now, speak out and comment below. I build for me, she's not in the blueprint. Number 7. Reinvent yourself until she doesn't recognize you. The man she walked away from? He's gone. Or at least he should be. If you're still clinging to the version of yourself that she knew, still living in the shadow of who you were with her, then you've missed the opportunity that loss creates. Because every breakup is a signal, a sharp, painful wake-up call that forces you to face your flaws, your stagnation, your comfort. And the only way to answer that call is with transformation. But this isn't about changing for her. This is about becoming a man so evolved, so refined, so powerful that if she ever saw you again, she wouldn't recognize what she once gave up. You're not proving anything. You're rewriting the entire narrative. This isn't revenge, it's rebirth. The Stoics believed that adversity was the force of greatness. Marcus Aurelius didn't avoid hardship, he used it. And you must do the same. Your pain isn't a dead end, it's raw material. Use it to sharpen your body, deepen your mind, and elevate your discipline. Remove every trait that made you tolerable but forgettable. Replace it with clarity, composure, and conviction. This reinvention is not about aesthetics, it's about essence. The way you carry yourself, the way you speak. There is silence in your eyes when she tries to read you and can't. She remembers who you were, but you've outgrown that man. You've killed the boy she left and built the man no one forgets. Eventually she'll hear about you. She'll see something. A photo, a video, a mention in conversation. And the reaction won't be jealousy. It will be confusion. Who is he now? What happened to the man I left? That confusion turns into curiosity. That curiosity turns into doubt. And that doubt, that's the start of her regret. But here's the secret. By then you won't care, because your life has outpaced your past. Your new story is too full to reread the old chapters. You're no longer seeking closure because you've already written a better ending, without her in it. Now, speak out and comment below. I became someone she could never predict. Number 8. Letting go of hope is the real breakthrough. You may not say it out loud, but it's there, lingering in the background, quietly influencing everything you do. Hope. You hope she misses you. You hope she regrets leaving. You hope she reaches out. And as long as that hope exists, you're not free. You're still emotionally tethered to someone who walked away. That hope keeps you checking your phone, replaying the past, and imagining what if. It's what makes your silence performative instead of powerful. But here's the brutal truth. Hope is a trap. It keeps you locked in a version of reality that no longer exists. The Stoics warned us not to invest emotionally in outcomes we don't control. And there's nothing more uncontrollable than another person's choices. She's either coming back or isn't. But neither should determine your next move. What should? Your growth, your peace, your freedom. Letting go of hope isn't about giving up. It's about finally moving forward. It's about removing the emotional leash holding you in place. And when you finally cut that cord and stop caring whether she returns, you gain something far greater than closure, your life back. Ironically, this is when the power dynamic shifts. Because when you stop hoping, you stop waiting. When you stop waiting, you start living. And when you start living fully, unapologetically, with purpose, she begins to feel the weight of losing you. Not because you wanted her to, but because you became the man she never expected to walk away. and mean it. She expected to haunt you. She never expected you to heal. She thought you'd be stuck in limbo while she moved on. But when you release the need for her return, you release her influence entirely. That's real freedom. That's when your energy shifts. That's when everything changes. Don't let hope become your prison. Kill the idea that she's coming back, not out of bitterness, but out of clarity. And watch how that decision transforms your direction. Now, speak out and comment below. I don't wait. I move forward. Number 9. Stay cold when she comes back. One day she will test the waters. It may be a harmless message, a story reaction, or an accidental like on something old. Don't be fooled. It's not love. It's a probe, a test. She wants to know, do I still have power over him? And how you respond in that moment will determine everything. If you rush to reply, seem excited, or lean into her attention, you've failed the test. You've confirmed what she hoped. You were just pretending to move on. This is where most men collapse. They confuse her curiosity with affection. They believe a simple, "hey," means she's changed her mind. But in reality, she may not want you back. She just wants to ensure you still want her. And if you show that you do, the chase is over. Her ego is fed, she disappears again. The Stoics taught that your strength is proven not when things are calm, but when you are tested. This is your test. Will you react emotionally or stay grounded in the man you've become? Because the real power move isn't ignoring her completely, it's staying neutral, emotionless, cold. Not out of spite, but from strength. Respond if you must, but don't overthink it. Don't read between the lines. Don't give her anything to grab onto. She expected to see the man she left, who needed her to feel whole. Instead, she finds someone indifferent, detached, and in complete control. This is how you flip the dynamic. You're not rude. You're just unbothered. You're not chasing. You're choosing. You're not hoping. You've outgrown hope entirely. Let her feel the weight of your detachment. Let her wrestle with the uncertainty. It shakes her when she sees that she no longer has access to your emotions, attention, or validation, because deep down she assumed that if she ever returned, you'd be waiting. But you're not. You've built something stronger, a version of yourself that doesn't depend on her recognition. And if she does come back, genuinely, you'll evaluate, not from a place of longing, but from a place of standards, because now you're not trying to win her back. You're deciding if she still deserves a place in your rebuilt life. Now, speak out and comment below. I stay calm when she comes back. I am no longer the same. Number 10. You were the reward all along. In the beginning, you put her on a pedestal. She was the dream, the goal, the thing you were chasing. You believed that if you could just be good, patient, and loving enough, she would see your worth and choose you. And when she left, it felt like you lost something irreplaceable. But here's the truth that changes everything. You were never the one chasing the prize. You were the prize. You just didn't know it yet. When you see her as the reward, you diminish yourself, you give her all the value, and place yourself in a position of emotional dependency. That mindset is what kept you stuck. That's why you waited. That's why you hoped. That's why her validation mattered so much. However, the Stoics taught differently. Value must come from within. The man who depends on others to feel worthy will always be at the mercy of others. Now you've evolved, you've put in the work, you've detached from her approval, you've silenced your emotional chaos and replaced it with clarity, direction, and purpose. And in doing that, something profound has happened. You've remembered your own value. You've realized that what she lost was never about losing a man who needed her. She lost a man she'll never meet again, the one who became everything she didn't believe you could be. You are no longer a man who waits to be chosen. You are a man who chooses himself. And the more you live that truth, the more she feels the shift. She starts to see what you always were beneath the doubt, the insecurity, and the version of you that once needed her approval. She didn't leave because you weren't valuable. She left because she couldn't see it, and now the irony is, she can finally see your worth. But you've moved far beyond needing her too. The journey was never about getting her back. It was about getting yourself back. And now that you've arrived, you see clearly, she was never the destination, she was the lesson. And now, you are the reward. Now, speak out and comment below. I am the prize. I choose. You came into this journey thinking no contact was enough to win her back. But now you realize it was just the first step. The true game changer is the transformation you've gone through, becoming the kind of man who doesn't need to chase, but attracts. She didn't take your power, she only showed you where you were holding back from your true potential. If you're ready to stop existing and evolve, like this video, subscribe and comment below. I am unshakable. Stay strong and keep building. Your future is waiting for you to take control.